This is Professor Michael Chapman. I'm one of the most experienced IVF doctors in Australia. I believe that an important part that I can contribute is to educate patients in relation to fertility, infertility, and all that involves. These series of podcasts help to educate you. I hope they are helpful to you. If you wish to know more, however, I'm more than happy to have you contact me via email, which is profmchapman@gmail.com, or make an appointment to see me on 9138 4222.
So one of the submitted questions is, what is your opinion about men donating sperm via a Facebook group called Sperm Donation Australia, and what can you say about this unregulated approach?
Well, it's all about safety and the woman knowing that the person has been appropriately screened. And by screening, what we now get to the point with our donors is full genetic screening. 500 different mutations are checked for in every sperm donor. And if they carry any of those mutations, we then check it in the recipient, because these mutations need to have a mate, a partner mutation to cause a problem. But it means that random genetic diseases can be avoided. In addition, our sperm that comes through clinics, the men have been tested for the whole variety of sexually transmitted diseases, and their sperm is put into quarantine, and then 3 months later they get tested again to make sure they haven't become positive in the meantime, because they may have been positive at the time of the original sperm collection. We just hadn't picked it up yet. So one can be reassured in a regulated system that the sperm donor is going to be safe, both from an infectious point of view and from a genetic point of view. But probably more important is that, do you want your child to be one of 20 or more? I mean, there are horror stories in the literature of men in Europe and in Canada, and I think it was in New York as well, actually bragging about the fact that they'd created 100 babies from their sperm, 70, 80, 90, 100 babies from their sperm. So your baby, when they grow up, will have a huge number of half brothers and sisters that they'll never know about, because the anonymity of the system means that they may never know. Again, in regions like New South Wales and really all the states of Australia, there are registries now for sperm donors. When a child is a sperm donor, we have to notify the registry, so that it gives the opportunity for that child, when they turn 18, to return to go to the registry and seek to make contact with the original donor. And because the donors know that's what's possible, that's part of the counselling process, they come in with their eyes open, knowing that perhaps one day a child may wish to find their genetic roots. So none of those things are available in the online type scenario. They will say they do, but there's no regulation of them, whereas we are totally regulated through the reproductive technology accreditation system and by the state's own systems to follow particular courses in relation to working up a donor to make them ready for donation. There are a number of clinics in New South Wales who also bring in sperm from internationally, but again, we can only bring those sperm in if they satisfy the criteria that would be the same as for New South Wales, i.e. they've had appropriate counselling, they've had appropriate genetic testing, and they're only going to be limited to 5 families in New South Wales. In fact, they're only allowed to produce 4 families, because their own family, they may, if they haven't, even when they donate, they may not have had a family, but it's an assumption that they may, and therefore the 5 family limit means that a particular donor will only produce 4 families. So my view on Facebook sperm donation is, don't go near it. It's potentially dangerous.
And don't forget that you can access all the previous episodes by going to our website www.theivfjourney.com and select IVF Journey podcast from the navigation menu.